YouTubers. Hello YouTubers. I'm going to be doing an MO6 type video today. What I'm going to say is two of the problems that I've found with the MO6 over the last 6 months that I've been using it. When I first got the MO6 I didn't really see that they'd be a problem, but since I've been using it and getting more into it, I've found that it is become a problem. Right, what are these problems? Well, the first one is the insertion effects, and the second one is the polyphony problem. Right, insertion effects. Okay, you've got 16 tracks, 16 voices that you can have, and you only get 3 insertion effects. What is an insertion effect? I'm not really sure of the technicalities of it, so I shall show you the practicalities of it. Okay, this is a voice which has the insertion effect on it. Sounds nice. Take off the insertion effect and this is what it sounds like. Okay, there is a noticeable difference there. Now, when I first started using this, it wasn't really a problem. 3 was enough. But now that I'm using more technical voices from the mega voices that are on the MO6, it is becoming a problem. And why they only gave it 3 instead of 4 or 5 or 6, I just don't know. I mean, obviously it was, I suppose, the amount of money that they were going to spend on it and the sort of price bracket that they were going to put it into, and they had to obviously make some cutbacks on the specs of the MO6. But why they only stuck 3 in there, I don't know. But it's really annoying because I have noticed in the last couple of songs that I've been doing that I've needed sort of 4 or 5 insertion effects instead of just 3. So I've had to cut out what ones that I've used. Now, some people would say, well, that's not a problem. Why don't you just use your computer software? Well, I could do that, but the main reason why I got the MO6 was so that I didn't have to do that. I wanted to use the onboard sequencer so that it would make it quicker and easier for me to make tunes, which it has done. But, like I say, the problem is that I keep running out of insertion effects, and there's nothing I can do about it except for use sonar to rectify the problem. So there you go. That is problem number 1. Number 2 is polyphony. Okay. Now, this is one of the songs that I've put up, my last song that I've put up. I'm going to show you first of all the normal track, and then I'll play it with the polyphony problem. So here we go. Sounds fine. Now we add the other 2 tracks and you'll see the polyphony cut out. There you go, it cuts out. So there you go, there's the polyphony problem. I know why it has a polyphony problem. Basically there's only 64 notes polyphony, and the effects that I'm using on the keyboard, whether it be arpeggiators or sustain or whatever effects, it uses up all of the polyphony, which causes that solo to cut out because it hasn't got enough notes to cope with it. I only used 9 voices on that tune, and I had to cut out 2 of them in order to get the solo in. Now on the one that I put up you don't really notice it, but it is annoying because it means that if I wanted to add any more tunes to that, I'd have to record it into sonar, and then I'd have to put whatever other tunes on top of it, which, you know, causes more well, not more problems, but it just takes longer to do it. I suppose what it all comes down to is I don't understand, well I sort of do and don't, why you've got the majority of the meatiness of the ES motif range in the MO6 and MO8, but they cut back on the pull-ophony and the insertion effects, the two things which once you get into using it you're going to need, which it just doesn't, you know, obviously they did it because they wanted to make it cheaper. That's the only thing that I can think of is the reason why I did it. Or it's a memory problem, you know, they didn't have enough memory space, but I find that hard to believe when you've got the ES6, which has got a hell of a lot more than what the MO6 is. Now the reason for me doing this video is because I'm actually thinking about trading in my MO6 for an ES6, because I could use the sonar that I have, but I want to keep it simple and I like using the MO6, but it's just not, it just hasn't got enough in it to sort of help me with my music. So at some point I'm going to be looking to change it for the ES6. So there you go. Other than those two problems, I would say that the MO6 is an excellent machine to have if you're just starting out and you're thinking about upgrading your sort of 200, 300 quid keyboard to a better workstation and you don't see that the pull-ophony will be a problem. Then it is worth getting because it's easy to use, it has a lot of good things about it. But if you're like me and you're really serious about your music production, then I would suggest getting an ES, because the ES6 is now more or less the same price as the MO6 if you can find one. And another thing I would suggest is get some decent speakers. I had PC speakers for a long time and the sound that came out of it wasn't very good. So I got these from Maplins for 25 quid. That's in the UK. I don't know what the equivalent would be in America or anywhere else, but in the UK 25 quid from Maplins. And they're a flipping bargain because they're a really good set of speakers. So I'm really glad I got them. Anyway, that's enough from me. That's my little gripe about the MO6. I do like it, but it's just a shame that it hasn't, you know, hasn't got what I need in order to do my music. Some people would say that I'm being lazy and that I should use software, but to be honest with you, I spent the first year and a half of my music production time using software, and using this MO6 has been a lot easier than using the software because it's just simple, it's quick and easy, and you can just do it really easy. So there you go. Anyway, that's enough for me. Hope you're all well. Christmas coming soon, which is groovy. I'll probably do another video later on. I just want to thank my new subscribers and new friends for their comments and for adding me, and I'll speak to you all later. Okay then, bye bye.